Hey, g'day people, it's Matt here from Matt Carve. So today we're going to look at the Arbortech Ball Gouge and just how accurate it is. And what I mean by accurate is when you draw on a line, say you're doing a spoon, I want to sort of like draw that line and I want to approach that line and not go over it and ruin your spoon. So we're going to have a look at how to do that. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to approach that line and not go over it and ruin that spoon. Okay, so in a lot of videos you've probably seen the Arbortech being used, and people will just show it like on a piece of wood and they'll just plunge it in here, sort of like move all around like this, and it looks really cool and it looks like a fun kind of tool. But the key to one of these really tools is, what you want to do is you want to follow a line. So in this video I'm going to show you how I follow a line, and pretty much all you do is you carve out the middle bit and then you gradually move out towards the side in a slow manner, and just be really careful the closer you get. Okay, so here we are. We're going to start with the middle, and on the right hand side you can sort of see the dust flying out of that, and there's a chip on the right hand side, so that's the side you don't want to carve up to the edge on. You want to carve up on that left hand side, so that's pulling it down. So here you go. It's really just a real soft touch there. Okay, so you can see the tape on the wood. That's the area you want to carve first, so that you want to carve it with that area where that green tape is on. And the benefit with that is it doesn't tend to jump out of the hole so much, and also your eye line can actually see that part of the ball gouge better than if you were to carve on that front bit of the ball gouge. So every time you need to move it around, so you're constantly carving down into the wood. And you'll notice too, like when you go across the grain, it'll be a little bit rougher. So essentially you want to go with the grain all the time, but sometimes that's a little bit impossible. So yeah, so I'm just putting out there, that's the part you don't want to carve with, because you can't actually see it from my eye line above. You can't see that part of the ball gouge at the front. Okay, so when I say don't carve with that part of the ball gouge, I mean just for when you're approaching the line. You can experiment and play around with the ball gouge and use that front bit. It's good for some places in carving. It's really good for it when you're going into deep wood, to plunge it down into that. Okay, so I've never had the grinder with the ball gouge on actually run too far. You'll get that little bit of a bounce there, but what I've found is if you hold the grinder sort of close into your body, and use your body movements to move the grinder, that's the best way to go about it. Of course, this is my way of doing things, and you've got to experiment around. You can hold your hands out, but then your arms are taking a lot of the weight, so if you've got something solid like your body to hold it against, I think that works a lot better. And so you're seeing I'm moving the body there and not my arms really. Okay, so here's a bonus little tip. I tend to finish off these kind of carvings with the Dremel 80 grit flap sander. I think it only actually comes in 80 grit, but I've found it's really good, and it's got a little bit of shaping capability, and you're always going to be hand sanding at the end, but so that's the finished product before hand sanding. Hey, thanks for watching everybody. So if you want to see me carve this with the ball gouge, check out this video here. And also, you can actually buy me a coffee on the link below, and that helps me out to create content like this, and eventually kind of helps you out too, and I'll show you how to do things. Okay, so see you next time.